New cars in North America just cracked an average transaction price of $50,000, and interest rates are still punching wallets in the throat, around 6.9% APR on new and about 10.8% on used, depending on credit. So today, we're skipping the obvious picks and going straight to the 5 forgotten Lexus models that mechanics quietly love to drive. The ones that feel expensive, age well, and won't turn your driveway into a parts storage unit. Picture a car that was ignored the moment it launched, forgotten 5 years later, and still quietly outliving vehicles that cost twice as much. That's the story behind this Lexus, and it explains why mechanics trust it more than owners ever brag about it. When this hybrid sedan arrived in the early 2010s, the North American market was confused. Fuel prices were unstable, buyers were cautious after the recession, and SUVs were starting their takeover. Lexus responded with something conservative, efficient, and intentionally boring. Shoppers walked right past it. Technicians didn't. Underneath the modest design sits a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder running the Atkinson cycle, paired with Toyota's already battle-tested hybrid system. Total output is 187 horsepower, delivered through a simple CVT that avoids fake gears and unnecessary complexity. No turbochargers, no direct injection carbon buildup, no learning curve for anyone who services it. That's the appeal. This car makes sense for commuters, rideshare drivers, and anyone stacking miles without wanting constant shop visits. Real-world fuel economy still averages about 35 miles per gallon combined, with city driving pushing close to 40. In today's inflated hybrid market, that efficiency matters, especially when newer hybrids cost thousands more with questionable long-term reliability. Inside, the experience surprises people. Road noise is muted, the ride is soft without feeling sloppy, interior materials age gracefully, especially compared to mainstream sedans from the same era. It feels like a small luxury car that forgot to ask for luxury money. Problems? Predictable ones. High mileage examples may need a hybrid battery refresh eventually. Suspension bushings wear. Hybrid cooling fans clog if ignored. Mechanics recommend checking inverter coolant service records, scanning battery health, and listening for wheel bearing noise during a test drive. Best model years run from 2010 through 2012. Current prices usually fall between $7,000 and $10,000, depending on mileage and battery condition. This Lexus fades into the background of daily life, which makes the next car even more interesting, because the next one refuses to stay quiet. Every mechanic knows this moment. A customer pulls in, shuts the engine off, and the shop goes quiet for half a second. Not because something's broken, but because everyone just heard that cold start. This Lexus creates that reaction even today. Back when luxury sports sedans were locked in a horsepower arms race, Lexus did something uncharacteristically aggressive. Instead of chasing lap times or Nürburgring headlines, they dropped a naturally aspirated 8-cylinder into a compact sedan and overbuilt everything around it. No gimmicks, no apologies. Under the hood lives a 5.0-liter V8, making 416 horsepower, paired with a torque converter automatic that can actually handle abuse. No dual-clutch fragility. No turbo heat management nightmares. Mechanics love this car because Lexus engineered it like a Japanese muscle car wearing a tailored suit. The ideal buyer is someone who wants performance without becoming a beta tester. Real-world reliability on this platform is shockingly good considering the output. Timing chain instead of belts. Strong internals. Cooling systems designed for punishment. Many examples cross 150,000 miles with nothing more than routine maintenance. Fuel economy is not the headline here. Expect low 20s on the highway if you behave, but that's part of the charm. This is old school performance in a market now dominated by downsized turbo engines and artificial soundtracks. Known issues are refreshingly limited. Early models can suffer from valve spring failures if abused, aggressive tire wear, and expensive brake components. Inspection tips straight from the shop. Confirm recall work on valve springs, listen for differential noise, and check suspension bushings, especially on modified cars. Best years are 28 through 2014, with later models benefiting from suspension and transmission refinements. Market prices today range from $25,000 to $35,000, depending on mileage and originality. This Lexus doesn't whisper reliability, it growls it. All right, quick pause. Grab your phone, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments which city you're watching from. It helps the channel way more than you think, and it keeps videos like this coming your way. And coming up next, we flip the script completely, because the next car is rare, weird, and open to the sky. This is the Lexus that confused almost everyone when it launched. A hardtop convertible based on a compact sports sedan, from a brand known for quiet reliability, Enthusiasts didn't know what to do with it. Buyers didn't either. Mechanics, though, immediately saw the loophole. The idea was simple but bold. Take the proven IS platform, reinforce it properly, and add a fully automatic metal folding roof that didn't rely on fabric, hydraulics, nightmares, or cheap motors. The result was a convertible that behaves like a coupe when closed and doesn't fall apart when it ages. That alone earns respect in the shop. Power comes from a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6, producing 306 horsepower, paired with a traditional automatic transmission. No turbos, no direct injection complexity on early models, no fragile dual clutch. The drivetrain is shared with some of Lexus's most reliable sedans, which means parts availability and mechanical familiarity are excellent. The ideal buyer is someone who wants open-air driving without the anxiety that usually comes with used convertibles. Roof operation is smooth and mechanical, not rushed. With proper maintenance, it keeps working long after European hardtops start throwing warning lights and leaking seals. Driving it isn't about track times, it's about balance. With the roof up, it feels solid and quiet. With the roof down, it's relaxed and refined. Fuel economy lands in the low 20s combined, which is reasonable given the weight and engine. Known issues are mostly age-related. Convertible roof seals can dry if neglected. Trunk space is laughably small with the roof down. Suspension bushings and motor mounts wear over time. Inspection tip from mechanics: cycle the roof multiple times, listen for binding noises, and check for water intrusion in the trunk and rear footwells. Best years to buy are 2010 through 2013. Current market prices usually sit between $15,000 and $20,000, making it one of the cheapest ways into reliable luxury convertible ownership. This Lexus quietly breaks all the usual convertible rules, which makes the next car even more interesting, because the next one blends luxury, efficiency, and silence in a way few sedans ever have. Silence is usually a warning sign in a repair shop, except when this Lexus rolls in. Then the silence means one thing: nothing is wrong, and nothing dramatic is about to be found. This sedan exists for buyers who value calm over clout. While the North American market keeps pushing bigger wheels, harsher suspensions, and more screens than sense, this Lexus doubled down on smoothness and efficiency. Mechanics noticed immediately, because cars like this don't come back angry. Power comes from a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder paired with Toyota's refined hybrid system, producing a combined 215 horsepower. The CVT here isn't trying to fake gears or pretend it's sporty. It's tuned for one thing: longevity. That honesty pays off after years of daily driving. The ideal buyer is someone commuting long distances, driving clients, or simply wanting a luxury car that doesn't feel like work. Real-world fuel economy hovers around 44 miles per gallon combined, which is still impressive even by today's standards. In traffic, this thing just glides. What makes mechanics love it is how familiar everything feels. The hybrid system is an evolution, not an experiment. Cooling systems are straightforward. The engine avoids turbo stress. The suspension is soft, predictable, and easy on components. Many examples roll past 200,000 miles with routine maintenance only. Interior quality is a quiet win. Seats stay comfortable over time, buttons don't peel, trim doesn't rattle. It feels designed to age, not impress on a test drive. Known issues are minimal: worn control arm bushings, aging hybrid batteries at very high mileage, and neglected brake maintenance from regenerative braking masking wear. Inspection tip straight from the shop: check hybrid battery health data, inspect suspension components for clunks, and confirm inverter coolant services were done on schedule. Best years to target are 2013 through 2018. Current market prices typically land between $16,000 and $24,000, depending on mileage and generation. This Lexus doesn't excite your pulse, it lowers it. And that calm sets the stage perfectly for the final car, because the last one proves hybrids can be fast, quiet, and brutally underestimated. Pulling away from a stoplight in complete silence, then suddenly realizing you're already going faster than traffic without trying, that's the moment this Lexus reveals its personality. It never shouts, it just moves with authority. And that's exactly why mechanics respect it. This sedan was Lexus quietly proving a point to the North American market. Hybrid does not mean slow, fragile, or boring. While buyers chase turbocharged Germans with questionable long-term durability, this car blended a real performance sedan with proven hybrid tech. The result flew under the radar, then aged incredibly well. Power comes from a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 paired with a high-output electric motor, producing a combined 338 horsepower. Torque hits instantly thanks to the electric assist, making the car feel stronger than the numbers suggest. The transmission is a CVT-based hybrid unit, but tuned differently, smooth, responsive, and far more durable than people expect. The ideal buyer is someone who wants quiet speed, real luxury, and long-distance comfort without constant repair anxiety. Highway fuel economy still reaches the low 30s, while city driving benefits massively from the hybrid system. In today's market, that balance is rare. Mechanics appreciate how overbuilt this platform is. Cooling systems are robust. The V6 avoids turbo stress. The hybrid components are shared across multiple Lexus models, meaning failures are uncommon and parts knowledge is widespread. Many examples cross 200,000 miles with minimal drama. Known issues are manageable. High-mileage cars may eventually need a hybrid battery replacement. Rear suspension bushings can wear. Some early models experience brake actuator noise. Inspection tip from the shop: scan hybrid system health, check rear suspension components, and confirm inverter coolant and transmission services were done on time. Best years to buy are 2013 through 2015 for peak refinement. Current market prices usually fall between $18,000 and $28,000, depending on mileage and condition. This Lexus closes the list the same way it drives: quietly confident. New cars are louder, pricier, and more fragile than ever. These forgotten Lexus models prove you don't need hype to get respect, just engineering that lasts. Stick around, because smart car buying never goes out of style.